the channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Juana. Today I'm going to be working with rhinestones, and yeah, so I can't wait to start. I'm going to be working with the wristlets or keychains or key fobs, and I'm going to share with you the way I work with those. All right, so guys, let's get started. These are the three designs that I'm going to be working with. This time I'm going to be using cotton webbing. This one's still on the cutting mat because I just cut it on my Cricut machine. So I'm going to show you how I'll remove it from the cutting mat. And yes, guys, so let's get started. I'm going to be moving to the craft table. I will see you over there. Okay, guys, so we are here. These are all things that we're going to be needing. These are the three fobs that I've done so far. The samples, there's one that is a new one that I haven't brushed yet, and that is the one that I need to peel from the mat. I already cut it from my Cricut machine. For those who are new, these are the templates that I already cut before. These are my wax pen. This is my brush, the one that I'm going to use for brushing. This is just a painter brush. The stone picker that I use to pick my stones. Transfer tape that is for rhinestones. If you want more detail, I have videos about how do I brush my stones, all the steps very well explained, including how to create your own template. Okay, so let me put this away. So the other items that I'm going to be using to create the key fob or keychain, I'm going to show you later once we're done with the brushing, okay? Because I want to do this first before I explain you how to create this, all right? So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is brushing the stone, okay? Oh, and I'm going to be using my Cricut manual press this time for this one. Yeah, so I'm going to use that. It's going to be the big one, the 12x9 manual press. This is the one that I just cut on my Cricut machine. So we're going to peel it from here. This is rhinestone flock. And this is going to be cutting same way when you cut any kind of HTV vinyl. It's the same process, nothing different. The only difference is that this is rhinestone flock. These templates are already available on my Etsy shop, okay? There are some leftovers dots that you just remove it with your hands. Sometimes I have like 100% success when I lift it up. Sometimes some of them are left behind, but that's okay because you can remove those easily. But for the most part, this is how I remove it. This is how I do all my rhinestones templates. Some people cut the template leaving the backing of the flock on. I have tried this several times. It's a whole mess for my cutting machine. Each cutting machine is different. I cut my flock using my Cricut Air 2 and also my Cricut Maker. And for both, I always take the backing off. But that's a personal preference. That's the way my machines work, and my needles or my cutter knives are new, and I always have a complication when I leave the backing on, but that's just me, okay? I have designated mats for flock separated from the ones that I do for my HTV vinyl, all right? So that's why I label them flock only, and you know, that's how I roll. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the ones that were left behind, the little dots, and I just keep them here, like this. They come off very easily, a couple of them, which to me, this is a successful cut. So these templates are real nice. The way they cut amazing, so no problems. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim this a little bit because that way I have more space to place them in the same mat. If not, I have to use another mat. I'm gonna use my rotary cutter. Just trim it, just to take advantage of the space, okay? I don't need all this extra, okay? Like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, I have videos that explain everything, where I buy these plastic backings, where I get them from, so that you can store your templates, because these templates, once you do it, you can use it over and over again. Let me see if I can insert this in here, because that way I save a mat. Let me see if I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. I might not be lucky enough. Yeah, I have plenty of space. So all I have to do is cut this excess in here. I always try to save space. Always try to save space and material. This is perfect. Let me just trim a little bit. I always try to keep the designs that are multiple. I always try to keep them in the same mat. And that way, when I'm looking for them, I can look at, I can find the designs, easy, because, I own a lot of templates that I save that I have done. So I try to keep them in the same mat. For example, if these are my templates for my wristlets, I try to keep them together. Like this is one design, this is other design, this is the other design. That's the way I try to keep them. And yeah, so that's that. So now, if you ask yourself, how are you going to be removing your, how is it that you're going to remove those dots from your mat, the cutting mat? So this is where I use this right here. I just go like, this is how easy it is, not a big deal. I just push it in my hands. I don't even push it that hard. And I just pick them up like that. You see? And then I put them in the trash can. That's all I do. It's not a big deal. That's it. So it's ready for the next time that I use it. And I'm done with this. And then the next thing is to brush. I'm gonna do, let's do the simplest one first. Okay, to do this, I'm gonna just brush this. And I don't have my, I usually use painter's tape, but I ran out of it. And what the painter's tape does is that blocks area of the template so that these stones don't run into this part. So I'm just gonna put this little piece of tape in here and just cover the holes so it doesn't go in there. That's all I'm gonna do. And this one, I'm going to do it in the color, let me do a new one because I have these two. Let me do it in, I'm gonna do it in the peridot. And then what I'm gonna do is what you've seen me done before, not different. Same way that I do it when I am pressing them on a shirt. And then you just brush. Let me shake the camera to make sure that you have a good view. Because sometimes I go crazy filming and then you don't see what I'm doing. So let me lower it. Right there is much better. That is a better view. And I moved the table to a nice window so that I can have natural light, because it's been very, very, very cloudy. We've been having a lot of thunderstorms all week. So I just want to enjoy looking at the sun. So that's why I put it on the window. I might put it closer so that you can see better. Yeah, you have a good view in there. And for those who are new, you just go around and brush it. That's it. This week it has been kind of rough for me. My oldest daughter, she moved out of the country. That was planned a long time ago. Her husband is from the Middle East, and they offered him a job. He's from the Middle East, but he's a U.S. citizen for a long time. They met here in college. So they offered him this position in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi. I think that's the area is called Abu Dhabi. And they decided just to accept the position, and she resigned to her job. She had a nice position as a director of a nonprofit in Philadelphia. So yeah, they decided to move, and they left 3 days ago. So it's been hard for me because, they move with my two grandkids, and, it's good for them because they get to learn about their father culture. He is originally from Syria. So yeah, so they left, they stopped, decided to stop in Dubai as a small little vacation time in Dubai. And then they spent 2 days in Dubai, and then today they're flying to Damascus, Syria, to be with their grandparents. Then from there, they're gonna be flying to Abu Dhabi. And yeah, so it was, kind of sad for me because, which is okay because, the other grandparents and the other family on the other side have, a chance to spend time with them. But it's been rough for me, and yeah. So I wish them all their best, and I know they're gonna do great. And it's gonna be a great opportunity for my grandkids to learn about their other culture, because they were born here and they always, been living. They don't know much about the other side of their family culture, so it's gonna be great. Yeah. So it's been quite rough for me to get used to the idea that I will have to wait maybe until next year until I can see them again, because we plan to travel to Europe and meet and, meet with them next year. So yeah, so it's been kind of rough. And, one of my best friend, a neighbor, 2 days ago, my neighbor, my best friend for many years since I moved here, that was 16 years ago that I moved to this neighborhood. She passed. She had an accident and she couldn't survive the accident. She fell from the stairs on her home and things got complicated. She started declining and she passed. And that completely destroyed me because, she was such a fun person and very, very, very close friend and neighbor. So that was another thing. Trials of life. So my life has been lifing. And yeah, so crafting always helped me, and working on my orders always helped me to overcome a lot of things. So hopefully this will help me go through all of that. When it comes to my daughter, I'm happy for her. Nothing is that sadness because I'm not gonna see her as often. They used to live in New Jersey and I live in Maryland, so only 2.5 hours. We used to see, holidays and things like that. And it's a positive move for them. For my friend, it's a sad news. Yeah. On the positive note, I'm gonna be going for a summit. It's gonna be for a Ricoma summit. It's called Deco Summit, and it's gonna be happening from the 21st to the 23rd. And I am looking forward to go. I already got my plane ticket. I got my hotel room. I'm going to be meeting a lot of the other bloggers that I follow. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. I'm going to be recording 2 videos of the whole experience. So depending on that, I'm going to show you everything that is going to go into the Eco Summit. It's run by Ricoma, and it's 2 days of instruction classes, meeting people, conferences, and yeah. And the summit is going to be held in the same hotel that we're going to be staying. So they're going to have all the machines there. You can pick classes and in all the areas. I am looking forward to the digitizing classes. Those are the ones that I'm going to take because I want to get better at digitizing. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, like I said before. So that is on a positive note. So yeah. So a lot to look forward to, when it comes to that. Yeah, so let me pick this up. I am done with this. And we're going to go and pick the stones up now. These are going to go back to the bag. Okay. So the stones that I'm using are peridot, capri, and chrysolite B. And these are for the baby's booty. And this one right here is going to be fuchsia. And this one I got from Amazon, the fuchsia color. Yeah. Okay, I missed a couple of them. I don't like missing any stone because every stone is important, and I don't want to waste any stone. Yeah, I picked every little stone. So the next step for me to do is to pick this using my transfer tape. I'm gonna move this aside. I don't need this anymore. And I'm gonna move the template around. Gonna make sure that this is another stone that goes here. I'm gonna make sure that everything is in place. There's an extra one in here that I don't need. Okay. If you have any question about the whole process, if you're new to this, you can go ahead and ask any questions on my description box, and I will answer to you, and I will, help you in anything you need for the whole process. This one is out of place. Let me just push it in right there. Okay. So I'm gonna just place it this. You don't think it twice, you do it fast and press it down, and then press and make sure that they all are in. And you can feel it. That's why I keep feeling them, because this will help you, knowing that it's in place. And let me make sure that you're seeing what I'm doing, because when I move the mat, I can move the view of the camera. Okay. This one is going back. So now that we're ready, we're going to pick it up. If you see that one stay behind, you go back, press it down, and pick it up like I just did. Okay? Sometimes it happens. And then what you're going to do is that you're going to place the backing back again, just to preserve it in place until I'm ready to use it. Okay, and here we go. We're gonna put this aside. Okay, and now we're gonna brush the next one, and the next one is gonna be this one that have several parts. I'm gonna leave this one for the end, because when I do this one, I'm gonna be brushing in fast mode, so that the video is not too long, because we had to do the other part, the part of the hardware placing. So I'm just gonna block this, so I want to make sure that none of the stones are gonna go that way. Okay. Okay, so this one is gonna have 3 different colors. I did this one already like this. I used the crystal, peridot, and capri. So I'm gonna repeat it again. And yeah, so I'm going to repeat that again so that you can see how I did it, because I like this combination of the black with those 3 colors. So I'm going to repeat it again. This part in here. So let me get the crystal stone, which I didn't show it before. This is the crystal right here, and this again is from the baby's booty. Okay, so I'm going to block this. messed up in the color in here, and this is not what I meant to do, so I'm gonna redo this again. So I'm just gonna remove this. You just push it with this and remove them, and you start all over again. So I'm gonna be back, I'm gonna remove this, and then we're gonna do it again, okay? Okay, so we're gonna start all over again with that part, and I'm going to brush the border, which was what I was intending to do with the crystal. Yeah. So I closed part of the curtain because the light was shining so hard that I was having a hard time even seeing what I was doing. So yeah. Okay, so let's do this one, which is the last one right here. And I'm gonna make sure you have a good view again. I can see it better on the camera. Hopefully you didn't miss the first part, but anyway, hopefully not. I'd be so sad if that happened. Okay, so let's do this one. This one is straightforward. So this one I'm gonna do, I have a pink webbing and I have a blue webbing. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a new color. And I have to remember that this one I need to cut at 13 inches supposed to 12, because this one is a little bit longer. I have to remember that. And I'm gonna do this one in black, maybe in beige. So I'm gonna use a different stone. Let me see what other stones I have here. I'm gonna do it in light pink. Yeah, I was gonna do the fuchsia, but I noticed that this one is fuchsia already. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the pink regardless, and use another color stone to make a difference. Yeah, just make my life easier. And then I'm going to use the purple just to make a nice contrast. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, just to make a nice contrast. Okay, so here we have the 3 different designs that we're going to be pressing, templates. This one, like always, it's been giving me a headache. I am tempted to brush it again with a new transfer tape because the transfer tape is so old that the stones are moving all over the place. So anyway, these 1, 2, and 3. So the next thing that I'm going to do right now is to brush them into the thing. This is going to go on this one. This one is going to go into, sorry, this way. This one is going to go with this pink webbing. This is going to be with black webbing, and I need to decide which one I'm going to do. This one. So I know that for this one, I need a 13-inch webbing, and I'm going to be doing it in black. This is the cotton webbing that I was talking about. So let me see if you see what I'm doing right here. Yeah. So I'm measuring 13 inches of webbing for this one. Right here. So this one is for this one. And this peridot, I'm going to use it with, and I have these 2 options. I have this khaki color, which I think is gonna go, or I have the olive colors. I already used them all. At the end, I'm gonna show you all of the ones that I've already completed for sale. So yeah, so this one will be, I'm gonna use this one. Definitely it's gonna be this one because I think it's gonna look very nice. So this is the container that I ordered with these samples of webbing. I ordered this from Amazon, and Amazon sell the big rolls of them too. Not all the colors. I was only able to find the big rolls of some of the colors that I use the most, which is okay. But I'm sure if I search more, I'm going to find the rest of the colors in that cotton, because you're going to see a lot of polyurethane, a lot of polyester. And I initially bought 3 rolls of polyester, and I did it my first video with those. Like I said, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that the stones, for some reason, it takes a long time to adhere to the polyester webbing. And they have other webbing with other material. Don't bother, just go straight to the cotton webbing. I'm telling you, it might be a little bit more expensive, not for much, but you're not going to regret it because they press same way you press fabric on shirts. So this will be 12 inches. Let me make sure, because I've done different lengths for sale. So yeah, this one's going to be 12 inches. The template that I'm using tells you the length of the template, and you're always going to add an inch to that length so that you have room to be able to place your hardware. So if this one is going to say 11 inches wide, do a 12 length cut, okay, like I'm doing right now. This one right here with the 3 layers says 12 inches. Go ahead and add to 13. Okay, that's the way you need to do it, to give some space for the hardware. So this is 12. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is press them. So I'll see you when I'm ready to press. All right, see you in a little bit, people. I am back. So it's actually in the evening. I had to run some errands, so I didn't finish the whole thing right away. I moved everything to a bigger table so that I have more space to put everything in one place. I have everything here that I'm going to be using. I have the stones out with brush. This is the hardware that I'm going to be using for the keychains. I have some wonder clips. I have some glue. This time I'm going to be using the liquid fusion heavy resistant glue. Sometimes I use the E6000. I stopped using it because it started getting too messy for me. And yeah, so let's start, people. I'm going to start with the black one. And I'm using my Cricut for this project. This is a 9x12 Cricut. These stones have been moving even though they've been here, and I think mostly on this one because the transfer tape is old. I don't, I don't know why they're moving so much. So they're not completely straight, and I don't get it that they just shift, and I don't understand how that happens. I'm gonna place some heat resistant tape just to keep it in place. I think that's gonna help a little bit. I have never used heat resistant tape for rhinestoning like this because you don't need to have heat resistant tape. But in this case, I'm going to do it because I don't want the stones to shift on me. Guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it. I have my Cricut in 350 degrees for 30 seconds for rhinestone. When you do shirts, it's at 350 for 15 seconds because I'm using the Cricut and I'm gonna be doing pressure. I leave it for a little longer just to make sure that they're gonna stick. Okay, that's the only reason why I do it. All right, but normally it's 350 for 12 to 15 seconds. I'm doubling the time because of I'm using this. I want to make sure that I'm covering everything. So I'm going to start and I'm going to press down. In other words, it's going to be heavy pressure. I'm putting my weight into the Cricut. Yeah. So this is a very fast process when it comes to this part. It doesn't take that long. When I was using my polyester webbing, it took longer because the stones would not stay. So that's why I switched to the cotton like I mentioned before. Okay, so that's okay. I'll try to see if I can move some of the stones real fast. The next layer is gonna be the peridot. You see these ones are not moving, but this is a new piece of transfer tape, so they didn't move. So. There we go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole process with this one. And then you're going to be seeing me working on the other one in fast mode because I don't want to take too much of your time. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and let this one cool. Let's do another one because I don't want to wear this while that one's still warm. Let's do this one right here. Very good. And the khaki color webbing. so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the next part, which is applying the hardware. Oof, this is still hot. All right, so I'm gonna clear this around because I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna bring the camera on the area that I'm gonna be working and see you in a second. All right. They're cooling off right now. So these are the things that I'm gonna be using. These came on a set with a couple of them, and I ordered more. They came with this part of it, a bag, a small bag, and then this I added because I like adding this extra like this. You see, I added this. And I got this set right here from Amazon, and this kit that came with different colors of this hardware, came with silver, and those I used a long time ago on my other key fobs. I ordered these extra ones, but they come with like a selection of colors on the hardware. Okay, so the first thing that I do, let me start with the troublemaker. It came out amazing. I think even better than the first one. So with all this headache. Okay, so I'm using my wonder clips and I hold them like this so it doesn't shift from position. That's why I use my wonder clips. I put both sides together. Okay. I use a little bit of glue. It's not a lot. This is just like an extra step to secure the hardware in place with the fabric. Just a little bit in here like this, no big deal. I also have used the 600 because it doesn't have a tip. It gets kind of messy at times, so that's why I sometimes don't care much for it. And then I'm gonna put a little bit on the plate. When you put a little bit here, make sure you don't place it on the side of the holes, because when you press the hardware, the glue is gonna seep out. You're gonna place it on the bottom part, okay? And then you're gonna get the hardware in place ahead of time. If the ring bother you in that doing this, you can remove the ring. A lot of people remove this ring so it doesn't bother them. I don't have an issue with it. I mean, this ring right here, the key ring, you can remove it and place it back. I just wear my way around it, and it just stays out of the way. And then you're gonna place this in here like this. Make sure with the 2 fingers you position your 2 fingers without pinching your fingers on the side to make sure that this doesn't shift back and forth. You want it in place. Then you're gonna push a little bit down, not all the way down. Make sure that it's in the place that you want it. You see how I fix it again? I fixed it again because it moved a little bit. And you keep doing that until you're sure that it's in the place that you want. Keep putting down. Still looking straight. That's the way I do it. I do it little by little. And now that I know it's in place, that it's not going anywhere, I can go ahead and press as much as I can. Okay? And make sure that you're going to press on the corners, because you want these 2 corners to be as flat as you can get it without bending the metal. Okay? Without bending the metal. So I'm going to keep going down hard. And then I'm going to go into the corners. Okay? You see how close this is now? This is not going anywhere. You see how pinch is in there? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay? And this is completely flat in there. Better than the other side. That's why when you cut the webbing, even though it says that the template is 11, or in this case 12 width or in length, you have to add another inch so that you have the space to do this. If you cut the webbing the same size of the template, this is going to be end up in here, and that's not good. You want it away, so always add an extra inch of your template size. Okay? And then this is done, and I'm going to do the next one real fast. and I'll be right back, okay? So guys, I am back and these are the results. They came out amazing. I love the way they came out. So this is the way I work with rhinestones when it comes to keychains or wristlets or key fobs. Yeah, so these are the other ones that I have completed so far. You already saw these three. These are the selections that I have completed for sale. And this is the baby blue color with different selections of stones. They are not all the same. They have a capri, topaz. Is it topaz? It's not topaz. Anyway, dark blue and light blue. And then on the pink, it's the same thing. Like I showed before, these are different color pink. This is more like a salmon color pink in different options of stones. I have the light pink rhinestone, crystal, and crystal AB. And this one is the baby pink. You see how different it is? This is a light color pink, and this is like a salmon color pink. And you've seen this one already, my favorite ones, which is the olive color webbing. This is my favorite one. I'm gonna find this on the big roll. As you remember, these are just part of a sample box that I bought just to make sure that I like the colors, and I like all of them. But this olive color, I loved the combination with the crystal AB and the copper color hardware. And I was able to find the hardware right here, the fob, and this right here. I think it's called lobster clasps. Yeah, to match. So it's a perfect combination. So guys, this is everything. It's been a long video, a long vlog. So if you're new to my channel and you like this content, you know what I'm gonna say. Consider subscribe to my channel, The Crafty Puerto Rican, and hit that notification bell. That way you're gonna get notified of all my future videos. This is everything for now. Guys, don't forget to click the thumb up if you like this content. I will see you soon. Until next time, bye-bye. Hasta luego.